Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a good day. And above all else, that you're looking after yourselves and one another. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to my review of Thin Lizzy's 1976. 1976 is a beautifully put together 5 CD, 1 Blu-ray audio collection released on September 27th, 2024 through Universal Music. Now, the reason why it's called 1976 is because there are two albums that were released by the band in 1976 included in this collection. Jailbreak, which was released on March 26, 1976, and Johnny the Fox, which was released 6 months later in October of 1976. Now, before I get into what is exactly in this collection, I wanted to give you a bit of a background as to what happened with the band during this time. Now, there's a lot to unpack here. Then Lizzy was signed to Vertigo Records in the UK and Mercury Records in North America. They had released two albums prior to the release of Jailbreak, those albums being Nightlife from 74 and Fighting from 75. And although Fighting had the single Rosalie that was released, neither album did much in terms of album sales or chart success. So the band were approached by Vertigo and said, when you go in to record your next release, you really need to deliver the goods. We need a hit single. We need to move some albums now. So the band were pretty much feeling like it was a make or break situation for them. And it pretty much was, and their backs were against the wall. So, they set about to writing and recording what they felt to be a fantastic album. Uh, and rightfully so. The album Jailbreak comes out in March of 76. Uh, the lead single, The Boys Are Back in Town. Everyone knows this single, okay? I don't care if you're living in a cave somewhere in Mongolia or wherever you are, whatever country you're in, you know The Boys Are Back in Town. It is memorable, it is hooky, it is catchy, it's a classic. It's played on FM radio today and FM rock, classic rock radio also. Fantastic track. But there were other singles that were released from the album. The title track Jailbreak was released as a single. The in the album overall, 9 songs in total, fantastic, hooky, catchy, whatever you want to call it. The fact that you had Scott Gorham and Brian Robertson on twin lead guitar, amazing. When you have both of them as a two-prong attack on lead guitar, you cannot go wrong. Okay. Other songs of note on the album besides Jailbreak and The Boys Are Back in Town is Angel from the Coast, Romeo and the Lonely Girl, just amazing. Cowboy Song and Emerald. Okay. Every song is a classic, and every song, in my mind, is a hit. Okay. Okay. The band released the album. They have a hit single with The Boys Are Back in Town. They go on the road. The popularity is growing. They're getting bigger and bigger. Well, their luck runs out when Phil Lynott comes down with hepatitis. And as was the custom in those days, when you contracted hepatitis, you had to leave the country. Same thing happened to Brian May when they were on tour in the States supporting Mott the Hoople on the Queen 2 tour. Okay. So he had to leave the country. The tour is scrapped, and the band are pretty much sidelined. So while Phil Lynott is convalescing and getting better, he starts writing more music. And basically, these songs would make up what would become the album Johnny the Fox, released again in October of 1976. Now, to release an album 6 months apart these days is unheard of. It's unheard of to release an album 9 months apart, unless you have a stockpile of archival albums in your catalog or in your canon ready to go. It's very rare these days that albums come out 6 months apart, let alone, a year apart. So the album comes out. Johnny the Fox again in October of 1976 with such songs as Johnny, Rocky, Borderline, the single Don't Believe a Word, which is fantastic. It is simply fantastic. Fool's Gold, uh, Johnny the Fox meets Jimmy the Weed. It is simply classic, in my very humble opinion. Now, when I hear both albums back to back, I hear with, excuse me, with Jailbreak. Um, I hear a band that is enjoying their time in the studio. They're coming up with ideas. They're listening to one another. They're enjoying their time together. And they come up with nine of the best songs that they could possibly come up with at the time. When I hear the album Johnny the Fox, again, 6 months later, there is such a difference. Okay. Not that it's bad. The album is not bad at all, but I do hear an urgency and anger in songs like Johnny and Phil Lynot's vocal delivery and Rocky, Borderline. Um, I just hear the fact that they're upset that they were sidelined with the possible major success that could have come with Jailbreak. I mean, the album is still considered a classic, Jailbreak is, but they felt, and I do agree, that if they were able to continue on the road, if Phil Lynott hadn't gotten sick, their momentum would have gone from, you know, from stages, from one stage to the next stage, from good to great kind of a thing. I do feel that Johnny the Fox is an album of reflection, of introspection, fantastic guitar work from both Scott Gorham and Brian Robertson, fantastic lyrics from Phil Lynott, being the main songwriter and lyricist, just beautiful, just amazing. Um, but, I mean, the cards were not dealt in their favor for these two releases in terms of what happened with Jailbreak. Now, in terms of what is on the box set, again, you have 5 CDs and one Blu-ray audio. The Blu-ray audio disc is done in Dolby 5.1 surround and also Dolby Atmos of both Jailbreak and Johnny the Fox. Okay. Now on disc one and disc two of the collection, you have both versions of the album. You have the original stereo mix of Jailbreak and Johnny the Fox, but after that, you have on those two discs the 2024 stereo mix done. That was of the albums that was done by Richard Whitaker, and it was supervised by Scott Gorham and mastered by Andy Pierce. Now, when I hear the albums back to back, I prefer the 2024 mixes better because the drums are prominent, the guitars are prominent. There are a lot more nuances, little changes here and there. There's a spoken cop announcement on the start of Jailbreak, and it just launches into it. And it's fantastic. What's also included on the other discs are demos of what was going to be on the albums and acoustic versions of Romeo and the Lonely Girl, uh, Angel from the Coast. Uh, just amazing, just amazing. What is also included on this set is a radio broadcast on WMMS 100.7 FM in Cleveland that was done on May 11th, 1976. So this was done uh, before the release of Johnny the Fox, right? There are 11 tracks for this simulcast. I, for me, the only gripe I have, if it's a gripe, I would like an entire show, not just 11 tracks. Okay. They would do at least 20 songs during a show. So I would have liked, me, I've said this before, I would have liked the entire performance of that simulcast available on another disc, like on two discs instead of just the one. Excuse me. But you know, beggars can't be choosers, right? So, yeah, if you can get this collection, it's released in a 10 by 10 format box. So it's very compact, very easy to get, to handle, maneuver for myself too. And in terms of pricing, I got it for 120 bucks on Amazon.ca. Okay. So wherever you get music, you can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Discogs, on eBay, at your local record store. You can also stream this on YouTube before you buy it. Again, don't take my word for it, but listen to it on YouTube. If you like it, go and get it. You won't be sorry. And the pictures that I showed you in the previous video, um, in the book that comes with it, are just amazing. And there's interviews done and stories told by Scott Gorham of the band when they were touring at that time and the experiences they went through and, that they enjoyed. So, you know what? If you're a Thin Lizzy fan, the 1976 box set is indeed for you. So please check it out. All right. So that's it for now. I'll be back with more videos. I'm going to be doing a Genesis Baker's Dozen video coming up with Kentshire and Jim Bricker. And coming up also, we're going to be doing a Genesis Ranking the Albums version 2.0 with Kentshire, Jim Bricker, Bill Schuster, and myself. We're going to be doing all of the 15 studio albums from Genesis. Yes, including from Genesis to Revelation and Calling All Stations. So that's coming up in the week. So please stay tuned for that. And I will see you soon with more videos. Please click like and subscribe. And please hit the notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content that I've got coming up. All right, guys, please look after yourselves and one another. And when you listen to 1976, please let me know down there in the comments what you think of this box set. For me, it is fan bloody tastic. I would get it. Okay. And there's not really much more to say than that. So please look after yourselves again and one another. And I will see you soon with more videos. Bye for now.